On today's episode, Nick and I are going to show you how we create a song from A to Z.
We're going to use a bunch of gear that our friends sent us that we haven't got a chance to show you yet. It's going to be awesome.
Super awesome. So every song that we do usually has a starting point of like reference, like a guitar riff or a drum pattern. And for this one, we're gonna start and build the entire song on this new contraption you have.
Yeah, this is the Korg Volca sample. It is a step sequencer drum machine, loopy guy. A friend of ours sent this in. Thank you, by the way. I don't actually think we know who it is. They just sent us a bunch of really cool stuff. We're very grateful. So if you're out there, you're awesome. Yeah, so I was super inspired by some of the sounds in this, and when I was messing around with it, I was like, we should make a jam based around a loop. So I made a loop, and it's kind of Radiohead-esque, kind of inspired by that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So let's get started building this track.
Let's do it.
So I made a loop with the Volca, this guy, and I recorded it into Pro Tools. This is what it sounds like. And that is the first building block to our track. Let's go record some more stuff. For the bass part, I'm using the Nash Guitars P bass, and I'm gonna run that into the Pinebox Customs Ahab. Came with this cool little info card here. It's pretty cool. It's got an Ahab on it, and he's mad. Out of the Ahab, I'm gonna be running into the JHS Pedals 500 Colour Box. And this is what the bass part sounds like.
For the guitar parts, I'm not actually going to use an amp. That's a big deal because I really like using actual tube amps. But I have this GFI Systems CabZeus. I got a few of these over the last few months, and I've gotten to know these guys. And this unit is really impressive, and I love it. I have it set to basically the same style amp I would normally play, like a 50-watt 606 kind of thing. And I really don't miss the amp in this context. It fits the song really well. I'm wearing New Balances. That's super important. The guitar is a Seuf old hand. But first of all, let's talk about the jacket it's wearing. This is from a company called Mother Mary. They're out of St. Louis, and pretty amazing. I walked into a clinic in town, and let's just say I turned every head in the room. Plus it's super soft. You can use it as a pillow, a blanket. You can take it camping. It's really versatile. And my guitar strap is Mother Mary. One thing I noticed about this strap is not only is it stunning, it actually made the guitar play better. On this song, I'm gonna do 4 guitar passes. So that just means I'm tracking 4 different guitar parts. And I'm doing that because the song is a 3-chord progression, and it's kind of a loop. It's kind of a trancey, really cool vibe, but I wanna use guitar to bring up different points in the song so it's dynamically different, and I'll do that with different effects and the way that I play. The first thing I'm gonna do is a really simple pass through the 3 chords. And I'm going to use a light overdrive. I'm using the Peacekeeper by ThorpyFX. This drive is super versatile. My favorite sounds are high gain, but I have it set low gain, and it's really great there. And I'm using the GFI Clockwork delay, the V3, and that's the same people who are making the cab sim that I use. So here's the delay. It's just a real nice kind of tape-esque thing with some warble, some vibrato on the repeat. And here's the drive. And this is what the pass sounds like.
So for the drums, I have a super simple mic setup. I have a mono overhead, and I'm using the AEA Ribbon Mics R84 for that. On the kick drum, I'm using an RE20, and on the snare, I'm using a boring old SM57. What makes this interesting though is I'm running the SM57 through the Cusack Music's pedal cracker, which is basically an effects loop for your mic signal. You can run pedals through the effects loop of the pedal cracker, and you can trigger them on a momentary switch, or you can have them on all the time, which is super cool. In the effects loop of the pedal cracker, I have the Void Reverb by Deadbeat, and I'm using that to just sort of trigger reverb on the snare. So it kind of sounds like this. So that's kind of cool. And so for this song, the beat kind of sounds like this.
Now that we have some more tracks in this song, it's starting to feel like it's coming all together. It makes a lot more sense, like where the final direction of the song might end up. I want to put a guitar part in that kind of creates an alternate melody, but kind of in the lower range. So I'm going to play some bass notes, and I'm going to use a fuzz. And basically I'm just going to move a simple kind of counter melody over the top of these three chords. Now what I'm using is that same Clockwork delay. I'm not even going to touch it. It just sounds really good. And then I have these fuzz pedals that came from a guy named Hubcap John in the UK. And they're really, really cool. It's like classic circuits. This green one, I'm going to use it. It is seems to be a fuzz face kind of thing, silicon. And I have it just set on a really warm and smooth fuzz sound, and back on the bridge pickup. And here's what that sounds like.
So I thought it'd be cool and sort of spooky to add some radio sounds to this song. So I went on YouTube and I found some old radio dramas, and I sampled some clips onto this Roland SPD SX sampling pad. And I'm gonna run those through the Deadbeat Echolation, that's interesting, Echolation station. It's hard to say. This is what it sounds like.
For this next pass, I'm gonna basically use the guitar so that no one knows it's a guitar to create a cool sound that we had kind of talked about. Nick's thrown in some clips of old radio segments, so I was thinking along the same lines, you know, what could I do on the guitar that adds something that's not so apparently identified to an instrument. So I'm gonna play a harmonic, and I have the delay on, and this Deadbeat modulation station has a lot of great modulation effects in it, but I love the ring mod setting. And so basically that setting alone sounds like this. But I'm not going to use it like that. I'm going to play a harmonic, and then I'm going to turn the depth knob, and it kind of throws the frequency around, almost like if robots had their own radio station, kind of. Here it is. So this last pass that I'm gonna throw down on the guitar, now that I've heard the song, it's pretty much fully tracked and I can see the full context. I want to do a guitar pass of a guitar solo. Notice the quotes because it's not so much a solo, but it is a part that I want to put in. I want it to be really abrasive and something that really clashes with the overall vibe of the song but somehow stays in it. So when you hear that, maybe you'll understand. Maybe half of you will love this and half of you will not love it, but I really like it, and so I'm going to do it. And to do this part, I'm going to use the Gamechanger Audio Plasma Pedal. This is a high voltage distortion unit. It's crazy. It has a tube in it that's lighting up as I play. It's clipping the junk out of the guitar signal. I mean, it's destroying the signal, and it's perfect for this part and what I had in my head. And here it is, and it's just bone dry. I don't want any effects at all. I just want the dry, broken guitar. The part is something like this.
Now that we've got all the tracks done, let's listen to the whole song in its entirety.
It's like 4 minutes. That's pretty good for us.
I know. It's pretty good. Usually we're like 35 seconds and get out of here.
So 4 minutes, guys.
Yeah, it's
Be
crazy.
thankful, okay?
All right, roll it.
Today's record time is brought to you by Nick, and I do want to say I predicted his choice.
Radiohead in Rainbows. This is actually the first Radiohead record I ever listened to, believe it or not. I went to the library with my mom when I was like 15, and the library is a place where you get books and stuff, but they also had CDs, And I got this on CD. I put it in the CD player of our Ford Windstar van. And my mom hated it.
Yeah.
And I was intrigued, and it took a while for this to grow on me because it was so bizarre. I remember hearing videotape and being like, what is going on? This is so bizarre and weird, and I don't even know if I like it. But like any really, really good record, it grew on me, and now it's just like fantastic. I love pretty much every song on here. I can't think of a song I don't like on this record. It's amazing. If you haven't listened to it, check it out. And there's a really great B-sides. I haven't listened to that yet.
I almost like the B-side record as much. It came out a year or two ago. What did your mom say about this?
I think it was something like, what is this garbage?
Yeah,
I don't know.
My mom would have screamed
Yeah.
and turned on a country radio station.
Yeah, she did not like it.
So
but it's fantastic.
If you've ever gotten music at the library, we'd love to hear about that as well.
Yeah, if any of you have been to a library in the last, 3 years, let us know. How is it? Do they still got books? Are they still around? Anyway, check this record out.
Thanks for watching this episode that was brought to you by Hall's Cough Drops.
Not really. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. We don't want to get sued. This was really fun, though, and it was really interesting to archive and kind of record the processes that we've been doing on these songs for months now. We've had a lot of requests to do an episode like this, so I hope you enjoyed it. And I can't say enough. It was a blast. We got to do it again.
Yeah. If you guys like this episode, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications for future episodes. And thanks a lot, you guys, because we just recently crossed over 100,000 subscribers. That's fantastic. You guys are great.
Thank you so much.
Here's a little clap for you. In the comments, let us know if you liked this episode and you'd like to see more stuff like this. This was like an experiment. I think it all turned out really good, I think.
Yeah. Let us know your favorite element of the song, your favorite part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably stuff that I did.
I don't know.
You know? I mean, I think everything I did is really great.
Maybe.
Yeah. I like your radio thing.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And the drum stuff you did in the drum machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.